This is my province. I'm from Ontario. Do you know what this is? What is this? What waterfall? What waterfall? Famous. Niagara, right. Canada is famous for Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is between America and Canada. This side is Canada, this side is America. Canada's side is more beautiful. No, really, we've spent money on it. American side, if you ever go there, you'll see it's very undeveloped. They're just starting to develop it right now. But in the 1980s, we already had casinos there. We had gardens. We put lots of money into our side. And Ontario is the nuclear capital of the world because this is the largest nuclear power plant in the world. It has 8 nuclear cores. After September 11th, when terrorism when terrorism started mattering to us, they changed the security here. You can't fly over it. No airplanes. Inside there is a police army. If anyone tries to get in there, the security is very, very crazy. American crazy, maybe. Please, next. This is Quebec. I told you before, Canada is half French, half British. Quebec was the old French capital. It is probably the most beautiful city in Canada. It is the most historic city in Canada, the oldest colony almost. It was, at one point, it was part of Ontario, but eventually they separated it into a new province. In Quebec, you have to speak French. If you only speak English in Quebec, it's going to be difficult to travel. And Newfoundland, this is actually an island. It's bigger than Jeju, but it's still an island. It's still not that big. Beautiful, and they have a very different accent here. I can't understand their accent. Their accent is very fast, and their words mix. It's difficult for me to understand them. PEI, Prince Edward Island. Does anyone know why this is famous? Why is PEI famous? Do you read books? No one? No one reads any books? Oh my God. In you, I see my students. All those students I teach, they grow up, they don't read. I'm sad. Anne of Green Gables. It's a very famous book. It's also a TV series, I think. TV movie, maybe. Anne of Green Gables is set in PEI. If you have time, read it. And New Brunswick. I don't have anything special to say about New Brunswick. It's beautiful. Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia in Latin means New Scotland. You can see our British roots. Nothing else to say. Northwest Territories. Now you're getting into the top area. Sometimes for one full day, there is no night. One full day, there is no day. Sometimes it changes. This is very high and it's very cold. Less than 10,000 people live up here. It's very, very small. And none of it just like Northwest Territories. Very cold, and this is the most north point in Canada. This settlement is probably the most northern point in Canada. We don't go higher than this. Too cold. Yukon. Yukon was famous in the 1850s. People found gold here. Americans found gold here. So they came up there, they took our gold. We took some of it, but lots of Americans took our gold. That happened in the Yukon. And this is the capital of Canada. This is Ottawa. This was not the first capital. Toronto was the first capital, but after 1865, they changed it, and they made this city just to be the government building. Like Sejong City. Sejong City maybe someday will be your new capital. Next. Why do you have this? Next, sorry, this is repeating. You already know this. Canada is 9.9 million kilometers. Very, very, very long. I think I'm going to ask you a question. Remember that. Next slide, sorry. Perfect. This is Parliament Hill. This is our main government building. When the Prime Minister, we don't have a president, we have a Prime Minister. When the Prime Minister wants anything done, this is his government office, this is where Parliament meets. Beautiful things in Korea, these are the Rocky Mountains. Maybe you've heard of these. They're the longest chain. It runs all the way from the top of Canada down into America, almost to New Mexico. Stops at New Mexico. New Mexico is not Mexico. It's part of America. It stops in America. New Mexico is a state. And I'm sure you've heard of this, Aurora Borealis. I have not seen this. I want to go see this when I go back to Canada. Does anyone know why this happens? Why does this happen? Maybe it's too difficult. Anyone? From space. Lots of rays come at you. It's magnets. Magnets make this light happen. And Niagara Falls, we talked about it. This boat is really cool. If you get inside this boat, it almost goes under the water. You're going to be covered in water by the time you're done. So Canada has two national languages, as I already told you. We have English and French. I'm not an English teacher today, I'm going to be a French teacher. Say, bonjour. 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 Merci. That means thank you. Bonjour is hello, merci is thank you. My French is very, very bad. What I taught you, forget. It's very, very bad. People will laugh at you. Next, please. So I'm going to show you lots and lots of animals. What is this? Oh my God, no one. It's a raccoon. Raccoon, it's very cute, but it's going to eat your trash. It eats lots and lots of trash. Not delicious looking. Next. He's very cute. I want to hug him, but he will kill me. He is a brown bear. He is very cute, very deadly. We have them in most of our parks. If you go to any of our national parks, you go to the Rocky Mountains, you have a good chance of seeing him if you get out of the road. Also, my other favorite, I want to hug him, but he will kill me, the polar bear. He looks a little delicious. Maybe if I was freezing. Next, please. Canadian goose, very, very delicious. I have ate him. He is delicious. This is our national bird, actually. We probably shouldn't eat him, but there's lots, so it's okay. Next, please. Normal duck, this is called a loon. I'm going to tell you about the loon later. We have him on our coins. Again, another national bird. My favorite, a beaver. Do you know what his tail is for? What is his tail for? Do you know? Anyone? She did it. She can't speak, but she's like, tuck, tuck, tuck. Yes, it is for that. Not swimming. It helps swimming, but he destroys trees. He's going to destroy a tree and make his home on the water with the tree. Not delicious looking. Next, please. A blue whale. Oh, humpback whale, sorry. This is, I think, either this or the blue whale is the biggest animal, bigger than some dinosaurs. We have some of them in the Arctic. In the summer, they go into the Arctic, and then they come back down in winter. They go into America's water. Maybe delicious. Next, please.